Are you ready? Are you ready? For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
You can get it striving, you can get it diving, you can get it mixing cement. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer, and the best cold beer is Vic. Vic Bitter.
Phenomenal.
It's so hard to have a gay time on your own. It could be that great chalk and biscuit coating.
It's so hard to have a gay time on your own.
It could be that smooth toffee ice cream in the center. Or that whole delicious golden gay time taste.
Hard to have a gay time on your own.
Street's Golden Gay Time. Now available.
I'm Danny, and I'm here to call out all you crack pack bitches. You think I don't see you there? I'm the OG of this shit. But you come after the king, you better come correct. I'm Danny, motherfucker. Who are you, crack pack? You smoke crack. You better watch your back.
Professor, would you say it's time for our viewers to crack each other's heads open and feast on the goo inside?
Yes, I would, Kent.
You didn't see nothing. I didn't accidentally play the countdown during the intro. All right. How the bloody hell are you going out there? Mad whams, mad lads, mad whatever you was, mad thems. I hope you were doing well on this fine, what is it? Wednesday evening, I suppose, for most of you. It's Thursday morning for me. I don't know what it is for Jav Styler over there in Germany. Could be in the middle of the night for him. Who knows? She says, Nate. Past Master Dan is mostly perturbed. Good. Good. That's where I want you to be. That's where you need to be. We're helping a fine fella, Paul. I'm going to bring him on momentarily, and we're going to help him launch his book, Project NAOSIS, parts 0 to 4. Actually, it says 0 to 4. Let me read the whole thing here. Beginning of volume 2. It's quite a lengthy one. There's a lot of comic here. I've actually read some of this too, by the way, so I feel like I know what I'm talking about. But before we get into any of that, let us shout out the lovely people who have joined us here today. Oh, and it is a launch stream, so please do share it out. Let everyone know this is going down. We got Lama Jakarti in here, of course, dancing the dance of the first as I shake my fist at him. But it's Mo Biggs who's come back. Quite the run Mo is on of late. The streak. He was happy with the hat trick, and now I think that's a double hat trick. So yeah. Mo says, I'm on my back foot with the show starting on time. Now I'm grouchy, and surely it will seem unjustified. Sorry, Mo. You know, things to gotta get started, you know. Things to do. Hail Mo. All right, so let's put him up here. Where he belongs. 12. Getting very close now. I'm pretty sure that you're almost pulling Jeremy Burt's numbers. Jeremy he's like a sea biscuit. He likes to wait back and then stare his enemy in the eye, and then he takes off. I saw he did that last year with who was that fella that got unhappy and left? I remember his name now, unfortunately. Was it Sequential? It could have been Sequential. Anyway, Jolly Green is in the house. Cheers, Jeremy Burt's. I see Felix Huss, the Link Master. I see Jeff Styler. We got D-Wag. What up, D-Wag? He gives us a bow. We got Valley Law in the house. Throwing me them shades. Ollie's here. Dean's here. Edwin is here. All the finest people in all the land tuning in today, including Taylor Swift. Wow. Greater than Disney, Star Wars, MCU, and Doctor Who. Well, it's not that hard these days. The aforementioned past master Dan. All right, while I say hello to people, let me send the link to Paul. He's probably sitting there sweating. He's like, what's this guy doing? What is this Bogan doing? Why don't I have the link yet? All right, he's got the link. You can pop in at his leisure. Lamophobia hurts us all. It's not really Lamophobia. It's just the rules, you know. You know the rules. You flaunt them. Shout out to the Rumble gang. We got 6 of them over there. No one's ranting yet in the Rumble chat. Always makes me check, makes me worry. But they're there. They're watching. Mo says, I'm just going to go for the shameful bronze of firsts. It was Sequential Treasures. He thought you were a Ripper detractor. I don't even know if he thought I was. He sensed detractors in the chat, and he wasn't having a bar of it, if I recall. He couldn't have thought I was detracting, could he? He knows I'm a lawnmower man, not a detractor. Shadow Punk is in the house. We got Bretsky the Great. We got Eric Weathers. Oh, and I hear a boop. That means the man is here himself. Paul, what up? How you going, my friend?
Thanks for having me on. Super excited. More Project NAOSIS. Ready to roll.
I know, man. You're like a friggin' machine. I've put up once the campaign is live. I've also got your Twitter feed pulled up from your recent trip to, I think it was Boston,
Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm not a local. I don't know if you can hear from my accent. I've never actually.
Yeah, it sounds a little foreign.
No, actually, people think I have a Boston accent actually, which is weird because they say car, you know. But anyway, I wanted to show some of those pictures because that is crazy. All the books you sold there, very.
And those are the people that let me take pictures of them. There's a lot of people,
imagine.
You know, because
you're like, hey, can I take a picture of you? And they're like,
no, some people are like, no, like, you know, like, or like they don't want to because, like, you know, especially in that area, it's a lot of people that are, you know, inside, you know, like, you know, it's just like a different type of vibe for them. And then to ask for a picture, they're like, oh shit, really? Like, you know, so. But everyone was super cool there, super grateful. Brooklyn's great. I'll be in Garden State Comic Fest in 2 weeks too, and then I have Hershey at the end of the month.
You are an absolute machine. All right, I've got your. Hang on, where is it? What have I done with it? Oh no, I had it right here. I had your campaign right here. Hold on. This is, I promise I'm not that much of a boomer. Oh God, I just had it right here and now I can't find it. I've got all these other tabs open, but just not yours. Looking for Kickstarter. We are looking for, there it is. I apologize. I did, things happen. So this is the book that we will be launching momentarily. Everybody, again, please do share the stream out. Let everyone know this is going down. Share the link out. Share the link out to the campaign. Paul is a con aficionado, an expert, I would say, at least from what I'm seeing. He's absolutely crushing it out there on the con scene, and now he's bringing it to the online space. Shadowpunk says looks really cool, and like I said, I've actually read some of it. I read, I think, 2 books, maybe 3. I can't remember exactly how many I got up to, but
yeah, the episode 1 is 40 pages, so it's kind of like a double book, but you read 2.
There you go. I apologize. I'm trying to finish off my book. If you look here, like I'm doing my pre-press at the moment. I've got like 20 pages left.
Nice.
And that's like, oh my God, so I could send this to print early next week, which is nerve-wracking and exciting. But so I've just been super, super focused on that at the moment. That's why I haven't really had much time for anything else. We're joined here by Corey Barton. All right, well, it is 12 past ish, at least by my count. Is there anything you want anyone to know before we go live with this thing, or are you just ready to?
I'm ready. I'm ready to kill it. We could talk about it once it's live so we can overview it. But that's our main superhero, Omega, punching and obliterating an enemy right beside him while he's on a phone call. So it's super action packed. I'm ready to kick it.
Because like I'm ordering Uber Eats. Don't bother me.
Yeah. He's on like bam, dude. Because if you have that much power, they would fight differently, and I'm trying to show those different aspects, especially in episode 4.
Very nice. Chris Owie says looks dope. Yeah. I remember the first time I saw this, you brought it to my attention. I was like, hey, yeah, this looks really cool. So all right, we are ready. I like to play a little countdown.
Yeah, I think it's 2 clicks, so I might be off a half a second, but we got this. You let me know.
So as soon as I start the video, you can hit live on this bad boy. The video goes for about a minute, so you got plenty of time. Just turn your headphones up, everybody, and you know the drill. And if you do back it, put your backer number in the chat so we can shout you out and give you a thank you. All right, everyone, let's do this. Let's launch Project NAOSIS.
Let's go.
Beginning of Volume 2. It is there. It is live. And let me put the link. I will pin that in the chat.
Super epic.
There. All right. An epic intro for an epic book. Now, let me just say, I really like this this tagline here. A superhero sci-fi adventure with no multiverses or extra lives. Very important. I'm a big fan of that. And it says for fans of X-Men, Mortal Kombat, and The Watchmen. And, normally I'm like, oh, yeah, like that stuff really doesn't help me. With this book, it does. Because here's what it's like when you jump into this book. You are like, oh, yeah, okay, so we're sort of setting up a team book. But it's kind of, it starts off in issue 0, at least. It's sort of like a kind of an event happening. But then I saw the Mortal Kombat, because there is a lot of like fatality type moments
For
straight
sure.
away
Yeah.
from the. And then I was like, The Watchmen. So I was reading. I'm like, huh, I didn't really get that. Anyway, so I'm reading it, and I'm like, okay, there's something not right here. There's something going on here that I'm like, I'm just picking up these little clues because I feel like I'm reading like a superhero book. But then, you just like it keeps going. You're like, there's something not right in this world. There's something that it's there, but I don't know what it is, and it ain't right. And then the bit I read up to, I was like, and you put in this twist, I was like, oh, okay. There's like layers to this that I wasn't even aware of, and I was like totally into it by then. I'm like, oh, cool. So there's a lot, and that was like, all right, I'm seeing the Watchmen. Sort of people who would like the Watchmen could get into this kind of thing there. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up first off the bat. I like that tagline. All of that's like, if you're into that stuff, I think you'll get something out of this book. So
yeah, 100%. Like I wanted to put layers on top of it. Like I hate when you read books and like, you hear something or you see something and it doesn't pay off. So I'm trying to put some Easter eggs in. You picked up one that 85% of people don't pick up, especially on the first time reading it. So super hyped about that. That was awesome. And
this happens at the very, very beginning. Essentially, there's this villain called Crimson Pain who basically just starts going around murdering everyone.
Yeah, we got him down a little bit.
Including the existing there he is there. Including the existing heroes of the world. So the kind of the main story begins when this new team, the Project NAOSIS team, comes in the aftermath of all that. Imagine like you could almost say it's a bit like Thanos, after the snap. Like lots of people have died, and this guy's like gone around, murdered everyone. So. But I get the feel like there's a lot more to it than that. Mobig says, "Who watches the Crotchman?" Yeah, it's something a bit like that. There is no ride-scos. There's no doubt-overs. He says do-overs. There's no do-overs. In this book, if you're dead, you're dead.
We make sure you're dead. And if they don't look dead, they're not dead. So you got to make sure
you kind of can figure it out. Like you're pretty opaque with it. You're pretty transparent with it, I should say. Like straight away, the big superhero gets his head pulled out with his spine behind it. That's what I'm saying. Like there's that Mortal Kombat.
Bam! The giant uppercut, spine hanging out, holding it. Because that's what a villain would do. Like the next step of a Thanos would be holding the head, showing it to you. Like
Predator almost. Is Paul the writer and the artist? So you are the writer. You have an art team on this book.
Yes, I am the writer and editor. I do help them create and design all the characters on this series. On episodes 2, 3, and episode 4, which is the book we're on now. It's Samuel Marquise and Prasad Rao. Samuel Marquise does the lines and inks, and Prasad Rao does the colors.
Fantastic team, by the way. And I've said this to you before. The art on this book really is very spectacular, and it's so appropriate for the story you're telling. The bright colors. There's a lot of people doing powers and action shots and everything. So things get stretched and warped and big movements and stuff like that.
And they nail it. Like I don't really give even Prasad like color notes. Like it's very, I let him roll and it just comes out vibrant. I say it all the time. Like if you mess with the art too much, it's not art anymore. So usually how it comes out the first time, I just roll with it.
I wanted to talk to you about your sort of influences, I suppose, when it comes to this book. You mentioned in the thing, you mentioned X-Men. Is that like you wanted to make a team book, something like that?
Yeah, so basically with Project NAOSIS, I actually came up with the ending first, or like this big thing that happens. And I was like, okay, that's really cool. Now, how do I get there? And how do we get there is the beginning of Project NAOSIS, adding those little Easter eggs to it. I kind of worked backwards and I filled out a lot in between. So I wanted to build it off with a good team, and every person will have their beginning, middle, and end on how their journey will be. But I think it's like cool to see a bunch of different superhero types right away. In episode 0, you just get the villain speedster, and then it gradually expands. And even in this book, we add 2 more characters as well.
And this is this the new big bad?
Yeah. So
Banshee?
spoiler kind of. Episode 1, the girl that was getting punched in the face over and over again by Hellsate.
Yep.
She's about to finish her and thinks she's dead, and he's like, "No, come on, I need you, and this is the side effect that comes: a more enhanced version.
Yeah, it was like a flame punch.
Yeah,
So
melting her face, the jaw's
here.
broken. And as you can see, she made some upgrades. She has her robot legs now because she wants to make sure she kills her enemies. So she's the main bad in this issue. And I think she came out awesome. Dual blaster, scream.
So up to this point, what are we looking at here in terms of books? It's 0 and then 1 to 4. Is that what?
So 0, 1, 2, and 3. And then this is 4. So this is technically the 5th book of the series. We've also done a Crimson Pain one-shot, and we're just on the villain. And then we've also done 2 issues from a prequel series that is basically Omega, our main hero, Project NAOSIS, his origin story.
Right. And are they all available on this campaign as well?
Yeah. They're all add-ons, or you could do a catch-up tier. I have catch-up tier in single issues, and I have catch-up tier with the trade. And then if you want to add the side books, you can. But for new people, if you want to start at episode 4, you can. The first page is that news article. Yeah, those newscast people, they're going to tell you what's going on, and you're jumping right into the book. And you're going to know who's who and what's going on.
And just for anyone who wants to know, so it's basically it's set kind of like 100 years in the future, and the world has now, something's happened, and there's the Americas.
The Americas, the European Federation, and the Red Crown, and all of them.
I guess
unite.
I'd be in the Red Crown because I'm in Australia. I'm down.
Yeah, you would be associated with them.
I guess I'm. I have some Chinese Beijing king or something now.
I hear it. I hear it in the accent.
Yeah, and my grandchildren have a lot to look forward to being part of the Red Crown.
Yeah. And they all unite. ULN, United League of Nations, to face off against this terrorist Crimson Pain. But now we're in a part of the story where, he has super enhanced working for him. He has soldiers, and, they're going to war. This is like a war level book. Like, the stakes are very high. These guys know they have to fight to the death. Otherwise you'll get clipped. Yeah.
It's super high stakes. It's, and it's sort of gray. Like, all the villains think they are on the side of right, 100%. Like, they are like die hard thinking they're on the side of the right, and obviously the heroes think they're on the side of the right. And it's obviously there's a lot of murdering going on, but the heroes do a lot of murdering too. Like, they murder the bad. Like, it's like there's a lot of killing happening. So it is kind of like, that's why I'm saying where it gets a bit Watchmen. It gets a bit like,
the whole point is heroes failed. They thought they were higher than life, and they failed to this villain. So this super enhanced team is made, and it's classified to the public because they don't want the public to say, "Hey, we have superheroes. Like, everything's great again." Like, they kind of like that war aspect, and they want to settle this on a different type of playing field where they won't be like, "Hey, our government's murdering all these people." No, our government is slowly fighting this regime. So it's all perspective.
Kind of gleefully murdering too. When Banshee was getting punched in the face, she was having the time of her life.
Yeah, just melting, eye coming out, like you're stopped. And our cover A is the consequence of one of those fights. I wanted to showcase that front and center of Crimson Pain holding the head of the main superhero Odysseus from the previous era.
I didn't get into Invincibles or anything like that. Is there a because I know that is also a very, very kind of violent book, kind of drawn in a similar-ish style. Is that something you're a fan of as well?
So, big fan of the series. Didn't read the book until now, and I read like 38 issues recently. Yeah. So I'm reading it all. I'm trying to consume it all, seeing the difference from the show and that. The big thing is, like, like it is that Mortal Kombat like fatalities, you know, like that's
Yeah.
really where I got it from. I didn't know really what Invincible was until the TV show.
Yeah.
So
Me
my
either.
big influence-
I was kind of checked out of what most of the comics were doing when that started coming out. So but I was seeing the art and everything. It's sort of so if you're into the Invincibles, if you're into the boys, if you're into Mortal Kombat, you probably really dig this.
Yeah, like the stakes are always high. Like it's always cool to see that. And like when you see a character like Odysseus with his spine all lunged out, like that's the stakes that we're playing at. And if we have a character that dies, we have new characters coming, and I want to make them cooler each time around and just build off what we have. No nonsense.
Lucius Morningstar for 2. Back this book today. It's worth it. Hal Bogan. Thank you so much, Lucius, for the super chat. Please do back it. Let me scroll up here, see if we got some backers yet. Already 9 backers. You got a very reasonable $2,000 goal.
Yeah.
Already 9 on board, which brings you to, I think, 365. I love how Kickstarter ticks over live. I do like that. I wish other sites would implement that. Anyway, scrolling back down here, checking out this art. So that is the cover B.
No, that's cover A.
Cover A. Sorry. All right, you got it up the top.
So basically, with all my cover A's, it's whoever is on the team of the book. So whoever's doing the interiors does my cover A.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And cover B by Igor and Prasad. And there we have the team there striking a pose. And this is
Igor does all the stuff with the Rippaverse, all the stuff like that. And we got together and he made that killer design. So
yeah, I used this one for the thumbnail. Was that the one that you were waiting to get 115 signups to reveal, or is that a different
This one was actually 80, and then the Corey Hampshire one was the 115. Yeah, so I've had that for a long time, that image, and it was black and white, and I never released it. Like I did like a quick black and white showcase of it, and then I was like, no, we're throwing this on here, and I had Prasad color it, and I love it. I think it's very vibrant and pops. It's a great design, and that's Rifter from episode 1.
Mo says, if only Sequential was here to see this Rippaverse cover. Yeah, we had a guy crash out of the chat because some people were not fans of Rippaverse in the chat, and he didn't like that. And he was here every day, and now he's not anymore. And there was nothing we could really do about it. It's like, but some people like things, some people don't. We can't force people to like what they don't like. Mo says, Bancroft checked out of comics after they killed off Mr. Slate in that epic Flintstones run. I have one Flintstones book, Mo, but it was a good one. It is a good one. Who's this guy? What's this guy's name again?
So that's Rifter from episode 1, the telekinetic.
Yeah.
That was revealed towards the end as well.
Yeah.
And then
Flashy
you have
pants.
Yeah. Originally, that was the design. He's supposed to have camo pants, and then when they drew it, they just drew it black. Like I said, if it's like however it comes out in the book, and I usually just roll with it.
Leave it up to the artists. It's
yeah,
a
you got it.
effort.
You got it.
All right, so we got some new characters coming in.
Yeah, so that's Voltage. He'll make his debut in the book, and he's going to have his own one-shot with Imperium that's on the bottom. This is basically, he has electrical powers. So I wanted to take so we have a super enhanced team called Project NAOSIS. They're a classified unit. And just because Crimson Pain killed the highest, superheroes that are ranked doesn't mean there are other people that never had powers, right? So one of the street level heroes is Voltage, and he gets thrown right into the middle of this.
Now he gets called up.
Yeah, so he's gonna meet these characters, but the whole thing is this is supposed to be like, think of like a Spider-Man or like a Daredevil, and he's going face to face with superheroes that are there to kill these guys, so it's going to be a different type of conflict that arrives because the spotlight from the battle, one of the battles goes on Project NAOSIS, and the world knows that they exist now, and it's a totally different turn because they can kill whoever they want, but now the world's watching them, so it's like a tick for tat scenario.
Thank you, Lieutenant Hughes, for $2. Odysseus getting his spine ripped out was what? Well, it's more than he gets his spine punched out.
Yeah.
It's a whole different level.
Instant death, but he was already bleeding, so it's like It's crazy. But I wanted the coolest
I
thing
don't.
possible. Like a lot of the pages are all like fighting, you know?
Oh yeah, it's very high octane. If you want a action comic, yeah, definitely check this one out. So now you've also got Imperium.
Yeah, so that's basically like his older brother in a sense. This is the person that raised him. And he doesn't have any superpowers, but he's super smart, and he made that awesome arm that you see, and you know he's ready to whoop some ass with voltage. So
Yes, Chloe. Igor did cover B. This one here,
yes,
which is very epic. Yeah, it's really great. I dig the effects too.
yeah. It was like it was even the same thing. I didn't tell Prasad what to do for the colors in the background. He just made it. He knew what the guys looked like, and he just vibed it out. And that is Prince Euro. So in one of our books, like the saying, the stakes are high. So if you get injured, you are injured. And Prince Euro has been out of action, but a lot of people at conventions have been asking me, when is he coming back? When is he coming back? He comes back in this issue. So he's our
That's cool.
teleporter.
So
with-
do you ever you know, obviously you can't bring people back from the dead or anything, but just say a character that you didn't expect was going to be as popular, but everyone keeps telling you, I really love this character, I want to see more of them. Is that something you would factor in future issues and sort of like, all right, we can kind of give this character a bit more of a prominent role? Is that something you would consider doing?
So I added a lot of issues recently that like fill in the gaps more because I'm trying to stretch it out and build these characters more. And
Yep.
A lot of the reason why I did that was because I was getting a lot of recommendations on other characters and what they want to see, including my artist. Samuel's messaging me today. He's like, we need to do more with Hybrid. We need to do more with Hellsate. But Prince Euro and Hybrid get asked about a lot. And yes, things could correlate that way. And then also we could do one shots with them and other issues like later down the line if it's like
that is so
popular.
cool. Like, yeah, it is. Anyone out there making books knows how hard it is to get people to care about, you know, the world you're building and the story and the characters you're making and everything. So to have people out there actually coming up and asking and saying, hey, I want to see more of this, is like that's the dream spot to be in. And I want to show this off, right? I'm not joking. They check this out, and I don't want to click in every single tweet because it doesn't really matter, but you can see all these people who are buying your books, and it just keeps going. This is at one convention. Look at them all ages too.
Small convention too.
I mean, this is the dream. Look at all these people, and it just keeps going and going. I was like,
Yeah,
I need to get me some of this. This is because I don't know conventions at all. I've been to one, and I just sort of was hanging out on someone else's table. I didn't even bring that.
Look
many
at those
books.
stacks right there. Bam! It's like 9 books. It's all of them,
Like that's massive.
Yeah, it's cool.
So do you know, when you're selling to you know, all these people, it just keep. I'm not even joking. It just keeps going.
And if you look at the other cons I go to, like San Diego or New York, it's like 10 times that and then a lot of people appreciate it, the pictures.
You know, a lot of the time, so are these people who are already aware of what you're doing, or are they finding out about it for the first time, or is it a mix of both?
So in the beginning, for sure, like I sell, and no matter what, I'm selling the whole time. Like I'm always grabbing someone, bringing them over and trying to pitch them the book, and they either say yes or no, and I move on, go to the next person. You know, sometimes it could be 2 or 3 hours, and then all of a sudden I could sell hundreds of books, you know, because I just keep going. Recently, the last couple conventions, which has been cool, like I would say like a good 5 to 10% increase of people coming up to me and like really interested in what happened. And the best feeling ever is like when you sell someone for a first time and it's a weekend convention or a San Diego and they come back and they buy the rest. Like that's like the best too. So it's like it's a big bag, and people usually go to what art draws to them, and a lot of people get drawn in by the art. And you know, all the standards help. You know, it's the pitch and sales.
Next time I'm over in the States, I gotta come to a convention that you're at and just check out your methods and magic, because that's not like, you know, I've been doing this a while, talking about comics on YouTube, but I am completely a fish out of water doing it, you know, in person to people. And like I said, I've been to one comic book convention, so I'm a complete noob. Dojo's in the house. I have to start going. Yeah, we all do. We all do. I know a lot of people are at Heroes Con this week, and that's pretty exciting. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes for everyone. A lot of my friends are going. So, are you going to that one?
Heroes Con? No. I was just like, I see so many people that are going. Now that I'm doing this full time, I have a lot of time to plan out all the conventions. Like I'm doing a lot more this year than I did last year, and I'm definitely going to hit that one next year.
How many do you do in a year?
I'm doing about, oh my God, just in the next 2 months, I'm doing 6, like this month and next month, you know?
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Dude.
So I'm trying to do as many as possible. And I also do pop-ups at comic shops. I'm buddies with a lot of guys because I go into a
like
lot
a little
of these
stand-up.
So they a lot of places let me come and sell my book. Some people, the majority of them honestly don't even take $1 from me, and I just sell there all day because they love it. I help them sell their books too. Like I came from a sales background. Like I was a VP in sales.
You can tell.
I knew to get the pitch, and once I had the pitch, you just got to keep shooting it. And the whole point is like, you would see this, but I've gotten with that is 1,000 no's, So like, it's just about, I've seen the people that go and then on their 4th no, they're like, fuck it. I'm hitting my vape pen. I'm chilling down, like I just keep fucking going.
Well, you have a big back catalog now. And that's a bit of a deciding factor for me too. I backed a bunch of books recently. I'm like, you know what? It's a good time for me to jump in. I just backed The Ace by Edwin Acevedo. So I was like, it's a good time. There's a lot of content. So there's a ton of content on Project NAOSIS now. So hopefully an easier sell. Lieutenant Hughes says Crimson Paint is my favorite in the series. Yeah, I feel like I don't know too much about him yet because I only read the first couple of ones, other than he is obviously very serious contender, like someone you don't want to trifle with.
I don't really
know.
I saw this guy.
Yeah, I don't really know like how he's so powerful, why he's so powerful, where he comes from, or anything like that yet. But that might come into later issues. I don't know.
Think of like you going in a car 70 miles per hour and you hit a tree, you're wiped out, you're finished.
Yep.
That picture of a guy running 1,000 miles per hour and punching you with the spike gauntlet. It's like
an explosion.
Explode. Yeah, you explode. So that's why he's armored up. And a lot of these guys, I'm trying to, they have that background already of the fighting and of the things that we don't have to wait. Like, I missed my first shot, or like, I don't know. These guys are ready to kill already. Now that you just gave them powers and they're really ready to go. So
yeah,
super hyped.
We got Jasper over on Rumble. What up? He says YouTube chat might be down. We got chatters over on YouTube. Jasper, I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe try with a different browser, but good to see you over on Rumble anyway. Chloe says we definitely need some more background to Crimson Paint. I feel like it's coming. I mean, he's sort of is. Would you say he's the sort of the big villain?
He's the guy we're leading up to. He's the guy in charge, and his army's gonna be growing. Like the whole point is like it's not just like you're fighting a Magneto or a Doctor Doom. Like this guy has soldiers, this guy has people, and he's trying to take over areas, and he's on a war game that they're not ready to be on. He's not just the super villain ready to kill. That was just his first stage of his plan because he knew he was ready for it. And, every character is going to have their development. A lot of people, respond differently to the consequences that happen. And that's really what's going to shape our story.
What we got on here? So you can get it digitally. You can
get Watchmen in the aspect of there's a lot of action though. Like Watchmen, it's very like in depth, but I feel like the punches are very few.
The Watchmen is more like my book, where it's more about the thinking and the kind of that sort of stuff. Whereas this is if you're into action comic books, so team books, or even kind of military sort of books, because a lot of the team is run like a military unit.
Yep.
So if you're into that sort of stuff, there's a lot of that going on in here. But like as I said, I got it to I got up to the end of the second book, and I was like, the Watchmen sort of okay. Why would fans the Watchmen enjoy this? I didn't really get it until I was like, all I had was a feeling. I'm like, something off in this world that I like, is happening clearly, but I don't really know what it is. And then I was like, oh, okay, there's like,
and that's just one, like one part of it, and it's the whole point of like the perspective aspect of like how Russia sees America, how we see them. It's like the same.
Yes,
same type
exactly. That's you hit the nail on the head right there. If you're in Russia, you have a completely different view of the 20th century. As someone who's born in America. So, and even now, and so it is very much like that, which I enjoy. I like that. I like it when everyone, on both sides, obviously like really believe in what they're doing and that they're right and that they have to do what they're doing. There's a good comment here. Chris says the contrast of happy colors and brutality is interesting. It works too, because it is really brutal, but at the same time, it's supposed to be entertainment and fun.
Yeah,
and, superheroes and all that sort of stuff.
Comic books are $1 million budgets that you can go ham with, like with the effects.
Exactly. Yeah, there's like big ships and facilities and powers and everything. So why the hell not? He's definitely the big villain, and what a menacing villain he is. I'm a sucker for a villain with presence. Mobig points out, don't forget to hit like, tweet out the stream and the campaign link to help this project have a big launch. Mo says, props to Russia rocking that space race. All right, so you can get you can get the different covers here just by themselves. This is for the 4th book. You can get all of the episodes as a digital PDF. That's like the digital catch-up tier. And then you can get all the covers of the 4th book that we've scrolled through here. If you want to collect, if you're a collector of variants. And then there's the if you want to do the catch-up, this is probably the tier you want to grab because it's got. Now, does this have the supplemental books you mentioned earlier?
Those are available as add-ons or the final tier.
Right. Okay. So you can do that there, or you can get everything. Yeah, I'm interested. So the add-ons, these kind of side books. You said there's one about sorry, go over them again. I can't.
One just about the villain. So the guy who does all my back covers, Evan G. We collabed on a book, and it's super cool. The art's very vibrant. It's very different. Ed Boon just actually tweeted out his thing. He's like, wouldn't it be cool if he did the animation for Mortal Kombat? So that's one. And then we have Omega 2090 1 and 2. I don't have those with me.
There you go. Oh, I'll take you down then.
So Omega 2090 1 and 2 is basically the origin of Omega and a couple other characters. And it's going to be a 4-part miniseries. We have 2 issues out now. All of my issues, you resolve something, you get a story. This book will be 28 pages, and we're super excited. And as you can see, you're on that customized character splash page.
Yeah, what's that?
So I'll show you. I'll show you one here.
Okay.
Actually, no. You actually scroll down the bottom. Actually, there's actually a better picture. But that's how it comes out. That's one of them. We have another one like this. We do.
Okay.
So basically, if you back that tier, we design a character that'll be in Project NAOSIS in a splash page, and they'll be fighting off some characters. So yeah, exactly like that. We pick out a power or a weapon. You give me the face you want, and then I'll armor them up and make them look cool.
Could even be your face if you wanted.
Yeah, and of course you can't do it and choose, Brad Pitt, but like if you did like your face and stuff like that, we can definitely do that.
Nice. I didn't realize you had all these friggin' people at the convention here on your campaign.
That's New York Comic Con. That was sick.
That is
Me and Rikishi. See Rikishi right there? Remember Rikishi from WWF?
I haven't been following WWF in.
Oh, he's from the 90s. He's cool. Is
that him there?
Yeah. He's a super cool guy.
Man, I should know him because I think I I was more of a this is just showing my age. I was more of an 80s wrestling guy. But I did come back a little bit, for The Rock and Stone Cold. As an older man. Then after that, I've sort of left it be. Mo says, but what if you look exactly like Brad Pitt, though? Yeah, Brad Pitt has a brother that looks exactly like him. If he bought,
but then I can get away with it because I'll have a picture of your face, and if anything comes up, I'll be like, "Look, it's a little
Jabez
different."
says Cody Rhodes, Foiver. Yeah, I'm just in awe. I would love. That's the one thing I have said. Like, if I was in the States, I would definitely hit up conventions. I would definitely do meetups and stuff like that. It's just
I don't take breaks. So I go, if it's 8 hours or 10 hours, I go 8 to 10 hours straight. I'll just drink energy.
Just pee in a bottle.
Yeah, run quick, But for example, Brooklyn Comic Con, I was by myself, so if I left, someone could rob all my stuff. So I really didn't.
That's true.
Even though they won't, it's Comic Con. Who's gonna rob me? But
man, that's freaking awesome. You really started with conventions, yeah?
Yeah, so I did episode 0. I released that at Terrificon. I made it during COVID, and then everything shut down. And I was like, "What the fuck am I gonna do?" And then as I made this book and funded this book, and I didn't know Kickstarter, I didn't know Indiegogo, I didn't know any of this shit. I was like, I'm going to stores, I'm selling it, I'm gonna sell the idea or something. And then I made episode 1, which is 40 pages, and then I found out what Kickstarter was. So people were telling me at conventions, and I was like, oh, okay. We released that on there, and then I'm pretty sure this is our 8th campaign for Indiegogo and this. So
it's kind of the opposite way of most people getting into indies do it. But, it's actually, I think you're in a much better place because you've gotten, all these readers that you've met and you've made that connection with. And like you said, it's like a community of readers here that you've actually sold books to, right in front of you. And, now they're interested in the story and the characters, everything. I'm really impressed with it. Jasper says, I met Frank Miller and Klaus Janson at Dallas Fan Expo. That's what I miss out on being over here stuck in the friggin', what is it? The Red Crown?
Yeah, the Red Crown. Here. The Red Crown.
Yeah.
that's who you're owned by. That's who you'd be owned by in this.
Exactly. But I'll be back. I'm coming back at some point. I wanted to go to Heroes Con, but I'm finishing my book, so.
Yeah, the big ones are really where it's at. Like, I really do, like, I really make sure, like, every time it's worth it. But, like, New York and San Diego and Chicago, they're all pretty big. WonderCon's really good, too. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done any in Florida or Texas. I got to start making my way down there.
Well, the one we went to, it was just Tampa Bay Comic Con, but it wasn't, it didn't look like this. It wasn't as comic focused. I had a great time meeting everyone. I didn't go over there to sell a bunch of comics. You can't really take a bunch of comics on the plane anyway. I went over there to meet everyone, so I had a great experience. But I don't know if it was quite like this. Maybe for maybe for Graham Nolan, he ended up selling a bunch of books there.
Yeah, It's different for everyone, because like the main reason why I started in the cons is because I went to New York Comic Con 2019 and, no one tried talking to me and no one tried selling me. And I thought it was the strangest thing in the world that like nobody wanted
you coming from sales. Everyone's
like, why are they not showing me this? Like why are they not trying to sell me? Like I'm even saying hi to people and they'll look at me and then like, give me like what? Or when I go on a signing, I'm like, oh, can you sign this book for me? I didn't even know who it was. I just bought the book. I was like, sign it. And they're like, oh, yeah. And then just hand it to me or whatever. And I was like, oh, that's, and there's certain people that take the time and, do different things. And I saw very few, if that. Like, you'll walk around a convention, you barely get a hello. But I make sure
you could do a how to sell comic books at a convention class or something. Do like a
once I get a little bigger, for sure, that would be a great thing. Because like I ran 11 LA Fitnesses for a while, and that's what I did. I trained this. Yeah, I trained the staff. I taught them how to sell. I would take people from Home Depot and teach them how to sell. But And that's
Yeah,
what
it's
that's what
it's
you're here.
yeah, it's a real skill. I've known guys who are salesmen and they have that just larger than life personality, and it's just like, you know, you like them from the moment you meet him. Like, why am I such good friends with this guy? Oh, I just met him. It's a weird feeling, but
Yeah,
you know, it
it's
really
a lot of
is.
fun.
It really is a good. Obviously, it's a great skill to have.
And you know, and it's good, and you meet a lot of people. Like I've met so many people that I would have never met if I didn't go up to them and talk to them, because they ain't gonna come up and talk to me, you know, for damn sure.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes there is like you UFC guy, like you watch UFC Ultimate Fighting.
No, not. I mean, no, I wouldn't say so. I mean,
So like
I know
even
bits
like
and bits, but
I'm good with a lot of faces, and like I even met Matt Serra last time. He was at New York Comic Con. He was a former UFC welterweight champion, and he bought a bunch of stuff. Like it's all about just interacting, and you know, long as you know, it helps to have a good product. Like having great artists is definitely the main thing, because
yeah.
sometimes you might
Oh
even
yeah,
get
yeah.
called
That's the
over.
same. That's exactly the same on YouTube as well.
Yeah, because I'll get called over sometimes, and like I'm not gonna just buy your book because you call me over. Like if it doesn't look good, I'm not gonna buy it. I'll go to the comic shop and go buy Batman. You know, so like
Yeah.
I need it to carry through. And sometimes a lot of people don't have that great artwork, and you know that's the big miss too. But great for me, you know, because then they'll come see me and
It is.
get it.
It's great. It is so hard to sell when the book is kind of subpar compared to when you have really nice art. You have art like this, bright and colorful and impactful. It just kind of, wouldn't say it sells itself, because it doesn't. You still do have to, you know, get out there.
Yeah,
and
you have to
get in
pitch
front
it.
of
You have
people.
to pitch it. Like
But
if I never got up out of my chair, I'm letting you know I'd walk out there with $50, and I do not walk out of there with $50. You know what I mean? So like that's even if that, you know. So like, and I've seen it. I see a lot of people. You hear a lot of people say, "I make no money here. I never make money," because you don't say hi to nobody. You know what I mean? Like say hi to somebody. They want the hello. They're there. People are there for connection. And you know, that's
it's
what I
so
was
funny
there for.
because it's kind of the same on YouTube as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, YouTube is putting yourself out there and saying hi to people in the chat and sort of, you know, making that connection. So at least it's sort of like, hey, I'm here. You know, I exist. This is what I'm doing. Come check it out. Let me tell you what the story's about. Let me show the art. Maybe you can watch me as I work on a little bit. And if you're interested, you know, you might want to come and back it. So it's sort of like that, but it's doing it face to face, which I suspect a lot of comic book people, that's like their worst nightmare, is getting out and talking to people face to face. You know, I really did enjoy it in Tampa, but you know, it was like I said, it was kind of limited.
Yeah, I would like to go to Florida. I like the, you know, like as much as you know, I like living over here. Like when I go to California, I make that into a vacation when I go. You know, it's like it's nice, you know, it's different weather, and I love Florida. So it's definitely cheaper there too than California. So
yeah, I only just stopped off in San Francisco at the airport. I met a cool guy. That's funny enough. That's funny. I was doing head sketches in the airport in San Francisco, and this guy just came and was like, "Oh man, that's so cool." And we sparked up a conversation, and he checked out my site and everything. So yeah, maybe I got to sell on that too. So yeah, it does work. It does work.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to what was I saying? Sorry.
Yeah, I was saying if you told him to fuck off, he would fuck off. You know, so like
exactly.
You know,
if I just like, well, I'm drawing, leave me alone. Yeah, exactly. You're exactly right. So we are up to 600. Oh, no, that's Australian dollars.
Yeah, we're at I think
420.
I think 420. Yes.
So that's that's almost 25% of the funding goal from 13 backers. Do you also get, when you go to a convention, do you like get them to sign up to a mailing list or anything like that?
So I bring QR codes and I make them follow Instagram or Twitter. You know, it's just basically, hey, do you have Instagram or Twitter? And a lot of people ask for business cards. I have had a hit off the business card, but it was someone that was important. Like a lot of people that are there just to buy books, they don't need a business card. You know, business card is like me to you or like you to somebody else from Marvel. Like otherwise they need something that's like scan it, go. Because even me, I get a bunch of cards, I lose them or I throw them out, you know? So like,
yeah, that's
get that QR code and they'll see me. I post. I post on TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram like every day, and LinkedIn every day. So running it all. This is a, you know, from the marketing and sales side, that's a one-man team. And then when my wife comes, she's with me too. So two-person team.
Felix Haas posting the link there. You can get it. Project NAOSIS. It's the beginning of volume 2. How many pages have you counted all up so far?
So the volume 1 is 120 interior pages, and I think there's maybe 2 pages or 4 pages of covers, like in the back maybe. So 120 interior pages. This will be 28. So every 4 issues, we're gonna do a new volume book. And maybe throw one of those one shots in each book as well.
Yeah. I'm working on a one shot myself at the moment as well. Doing pretty much the same thing you do. Like the main books, I draw them, but the sort of supplemental side books, different artists. So I've got a guy called Rod Looper who's working on a ton of indies out there. You might know some of them. The Black Dragon, Hidden Tiger. There's another sci-fi one. I can't really remember the name of it at the moment. But anyway, really great artist. So once I get my book done, this week or so, I'm going to be jumping into that, and that'll be the next thing I jump onto. Also, I just want to shout out to everyone. Speaking of my book, check this out. So I put my book is on my own website. That's where it's sort of been for the last year or so. And we got a ton of backers off that. So, huge, super thankful. But I thought there are people out there who want to back on, one of these sites for whatever reason. So I just sort of I've done this kind of like last chance, last stab, whatever sort of campaigns on these sites. So I put it up on Indiegogo and Kickstarter. And I was surprised because, not many people follow me through Kickstarter. But they're actually pretty close to each other. Yeah. And I think we've already made more than we did on the altogether combined on the first Kickstarter. So that's good. I had no idea how this would go, if it would even be worthwhile, but it's going well. We're only a couple of days.
Did you do Indiegogo before though?
Originally I just done only Indiegogo. So that one I had like 1,000 backers on because it was like that was the only place you could get it. And then I did it on my own website, and we got 868 backers. On this one over here. So
but a lot of people stick to their platforms like the same way people only shop on Amazon. Same people only want to go to Target. It's just what they do.
And I also, ever since I put these up, a lot of people are saying to me, no, now you got to put it up onto Fund My Comic, which was always the plan. I just haven't got around to it yet because they're like, I'm only going to back on Fund My Comic. So there's like, all right, I'll be putting up a Fund My Comic as well. That's my idea. Just chuck it up to as many places as you can. I mean, I wish I could head out to conventions like you do.
That's definitely how I make, all the money. Like, it's like, 2,000 does not pay for my book. So like
I was thinking like that quality of art,
so like
you ain't getting that done and printed for 2,000.
The book is made. Like the book is like the only thing I have to do. There's one more page that needs lines and inks, and then everything could be mostly colored and lettered. So it's quick. The lettering takes 2 days, and then the coloring, he's gonna have everything done by the end of the month. And because Prasad got a cool gig that I can't say, but he's working on something cool with one of the big guys. So
there you go. Hold on to him as long as you can. Speaking of super cool indie creators, Adam Lawson here in the chat. He can confirm. Yeah, Rod Looper rules. He does as well. Christopher Bouchard. I just ordered Project NAOSIS Volume 2. 4, whatever that is. I can't wait to get it in my hands. Thank you so much, man. That's awesome.
Thank you.
And before we jump out, I just also want to shout out that The Embrace is ending its campaign in a few days, and we're gonna do the closeout here on this channel in I think it's the 16th. So it'll probably be at a strange time, like a time that I don't normally stream. A bit later, I think, because it says it ends it ends at a bit of a later time for me. So we'll do the kind of last hour that's in a few days' time. So Look forward to that. And also next week, Wolfsbane Comics. Aaron is coming on. That's next. That's on the 20th, and we're going to help him launch Pendragon, which I've been looking forward to. The art on this is killer. He puts out great books, and looking forward to that next week. But today is all about. Hey, where's it gone? No, there it is. Is all about Project NAOSIS. Thank you so much, Paul, for coming on and
appreciate you
sharing this with everyone and launching on this channel. Always a pleasure chatting with you. I feel like I've got so much to learn from you. Calling you the salesman. That's your
I have so much to learn from you. All right.
Well, let's learn off each other.
Yes, for sure.
It's so funny. We kind of went into this at almost the same time. You said you started in 2019, so around COVID. That's when I started up the channel. And we went in completely different ways.
Yeah.
And like it'd be cool if we could kind of.
And now I'm doing the YouTube. I used to do it with like the video game stuff, and I was like, I'm not doing it. But it literally is, and this is for anyone. It's just one, even if it's one more sale, it's worth putting the content out there because that person will get all your products. Hell yeah, man.
I'm gonna you very graciously sent me the full 0 to 4. I'm gonna read the rest of Project NAOSIS and let you know what I think about what happens after this twist that I just read. But I'm probably gonna have to wait until after I finish my book because I don't have any
it's priority.
any time at the moment. But anyway, I think someone said someone's about to go. I think Dojo's about to go live. Where is it? Oh, he is live. Excellent, cool. Well, I'll send you all over there. He's doing it in Derek Shoe. So let me set that up. Set up the raid. Where is it? There it is. Sorry, I'm just talking out loud while I do this.
No, it's all good.
Save and good. All right, everyone. That's it for me. I have some cool, fun stuff to show you that I've received for my campaign. Stickers, magnets, other things. Probably not as exciting, but still, maybe I'll do a sketch tomorrow. We'll see what we're doing. Until then, I hope you have a fantastic night. Congratulations on the launch, Paul.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
With the rest of the campaign. Oh, he meant volume 1. Yes, of course.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye.